What's up, guys? I've enjoyed since I've got this third elemental ghost box on the bench. I thought I'd do basically a tour of what is actually physically happening with this ghost box. I know I've said a lot on Facebook and stuff like that, but people seem to grasp the concept better if you physically show them what's actually happening. So essentially, I broke apart this coil system at the minute. So essentially, these two coils will be clipped together, and that's how we hear the sound. So let me just show you what is actually happening. So essentially it's two separate devices. We have the ghost box element up here. This is the sweep circuit here. It's making the ghost box sweep. We have a mode selector here. We have this is the basically the audio side of things. This is just the radio side of things. So normally this would be connected to the speaker directly to the board, and that would just be the ghost box by itself. But instead what's actually happening is coming down to this coil here. So that's just where the speaker would be normally connected. So one wire's coming in all the way on here, is wrapping around and coming back out again, and then connecting back here again. So it's not physically connected to this side of things at the minute. So then this is doing the exact same thing, but instead it's going into the input side of this echo board, and it's then picking up the audio signal from this coil here. So essentially, think of this like a speaker. A speaker has something very similar to this, has a little coil called a voice coil inside the speaker, and without all this kind of stuff it wouldn't make any audio at all. Obviously it has to vibrate, the little cone has to do a bunch of stuff. So essentially the little magnet and the cone is what gives the speaker sound. So this is essentially a speaker without all the the mechanical parts like the cone, etc. And all that is basically doing is emitting the electromagnetic field from the sound that's being created from the radio. This coil then picks it up again. So it's basically doing the exact opposite from what that one's doing. All it's doing is gathering that energy, putting it inside this coil, and then it can then be heard back into audio again. As you can see here, it does pick up from a bit of a distance away. So it's not physically connected in the literal sense. Basically, the only connections this board has to that one is through power, which comes through here and connects to the power for the amplifier in here. Otherwise, the input side is completely separated from within the coil, basically. And that basically just clips together. It doesn't make a physical connection in that term. It only connects through there is a void space. That's why it's called a void coil, and basically that would just clip together, that would be glued in place, and then that coil also interferes with this coil here, so it's also loop feedbacking on itself as well. So that's something else to take account of. That's why this ghost box does sound a little bit funny, because it is doing a bunch of stuff which we wouldn't normally be doing, and yeah, that's why it's kind of special in that sense. Anyway, that's just to show you guys what is actually physically doing. Imagine it almost like those wireless chargers for mobile phones nowadays. You get this is basically like a little coil for a wireless charger. You would put that next to your phone, and it would then charge your phone wirelessly without any wires connected. That is basically what's happening here in a literal sense, except it's not just power, it's pulses of power coming from the radio amplifier was energizing this coil. That one's picking up again and sending it to the amplifier, and then we can hear it. Yeah, simple enough. I hope that makes sense, guys. Yeah, I've had a few messages in the background. People don't actually realise what's actually happening. I've had a few rude people as well that think this is bullshit. It's connected in some way. It's not doing what it's doing. Blah blah blah. You can do this yourself. You can try it yourself. I'm not kidding you on or faking anything. It is actually physically doing what it's doing. If people understand how induction works, they will already know that this is actually doing what's saying on the tin. Anyway, enough of the rambling. I'm going to go off and finish this ghost box, and I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Bye for now.